In this short video, we are going to address a very small but very interesting problem wherein you already had discussion with patent attorneys, you understood the process, you are now convinced that okay, your invention looks patent eligible, and now let's move ahead. And you are facing a question like, where do I start? Maybe you are staring at a blank page, or you have created a document, you have all the information at your discretion, and you are to select what is to be sent to patent attorney. Now, although it looks simple, and although we have IDFs or questionnaires to help you out, I think this is a problem worth providing more information about. Now, let's start from the beginning. What is expected when you are to share invention disclosure to the patent attorney? I think you must have heard it before. What we need is implementable details. Now, you might be having a two-liner idea which will start here, and you might be having the end product, or maybe the prototype or working model, which is here. Let's say 0 to 100. Now, what we expect is, if you have prototype, that's very clear. I mean, you don't need to figure out anything. You can just share the details, and it's more than enough for us. If you have one or two liner idea, then we need further, information. Imagine you are explaining about your device or your invention, your software, or whatever the thing that you want to patent is, to a team which is there to build your application, or let's say build your device. If the team says, based on whatever the pen and paper description you have developed, or flowchart or diagram, if the team says, yes sir, we understood, we will develop it and we'll come back to you. Now, it might have electronics component, it might have AI, machine learning, or software, or it could be sensors, devices, or it could be chemical composition. Whatever the subject matter is, if you could explain it in pen and paper, and if the team says, we will develop it and get back to you, we understood it completely, that is the information that we need. You can explain each and every element of your invention, maybe in a block format, and how that element is connected to the other element, how the information is flowing. If you can just explain the how part of it. Let's say you are saying that there is a camera and it can capture the live footage, and there is a processor which does image processing and finds out if there is any human in it. Now, our question would be, how does it find out? So if you can explain that, maybe in terms of algorithm or some words, or let's say some steps, that step one, it is taking the cell out image, or it is taking processing the information, and it is finding out whether it is human or anything else. So even that information is more than enough. We don't need source code, we don't need end product, we don't need prototype, or in other cases also, all we need is the components, how they are placed, and what are its functionality. And if you are really to help us understanding the invention, maybe you can take an example and then proceed with the flow, so we would know the starting point, what process is happening on that particular the flow, and the end point, so input and output, and what is steps that are happening on it in the invention. If you could provide these details, even in 1.5 page, or let's say less than 5 pages, we are more than happy to get started with your invention. Generally, the invention disclosure creation doesn't take much time. 2.5 hours, or let's say 3 to 4 hours is maximum that you need. It just needs proper attention to it, and the understanding that what exactly patent attorney needs to understand your invention, and start working on it. Nevertheless, it is to and fro process. So even if, let's say, we mess up, or let's say we provide less than the required information, we can always get back to you and ask for the more information. So my humble submission is, generally inventor try to be perfect here. It's not the place to be perfect. We just need to understand what the invention is, and how it is functioning, and what is our inventive step. That's more than enough to proceed for the rest of the things, like creating the relevant diagrams. We have patent illustrators for that. There are different rules for creating diagram, so your diagrams might or might not be used as it is. Writing a patent application, it's a specialized skill altogether. We start with the claims, and then detailed description, and rest of the things will fall in place. So everything else would be handled by attorneys. uh, the thumb rule is, we should be able to be in your shoes and understand your invention properly. If we could do that, just having a phone call with you, or maybe just reading through your one page, or maybe your presentation PDF doc, we are fine with it. So there is no fixed format for this. It's just that implementable details should be very clear, and the answer for what is happening and how it is happening should be very clear. I think that's more than enough. So hope this video provides you some value, and it actually what we can say, decatastrophize the the amount of effort that is needed to provide the invention document. It's actually simple and it's doable within a couple of hours or less than 2 to 3 hours. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach us. We'll be just one call away for your confirmation. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.